Crazy. Everybody bounce with me, vibe with me. Check it out.
I stepping steady, heavy pressure in my chest tonight. Every step deadly, every message got a vested bite. I don't let petty people test me when they flex tonight. Say my name bold and the whole tone that it ain't right. Holding the core like when the storms there never take flight. Mine been a war, but I endure like metal shaped tight. I don't chase praise, I make waves when the tension's bite. If they want smoke, I torch roads they can't navigate right.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. Jordan with Jordan Pest Control. A little bit of a different video today. First off, thank you guys for stopping in. My name's Jordan with Jordan Pest Control. I bring you along on a daily basis to what I'm doing as a business owner. I've been in business for 2 years now. So today's video is about taxes. What my taxes look like last year for the first year in business, what they look like this year, and just give you guys some numbers, break that down so you guys can better understand what it's like to run a business for your first couple of years, and what to maybe expect depending on what kind of industry you're in, what you're doing as a business. Are you doing it full time? Or are you doing it part time? I've been doing this company full time for 2 years now, so this will be in line with that, in line with 2 years of business full time. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video, if it helped you out, if it gave you drive to start your own business. Leave some comments below and let's talk about it. Don't forget that we are giving away a DJI Mini 5 Pro at 10,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, stick around for the adventure, and I look forward to sending that out to one of you guys. So I guess we'll start off with what I did last year as gross receipt income as a company in 2024. I did $49,429 in my first year. And in 2025, I did $144,831. So that's a difference of about $95,000 of gross receipts. So that's what I brought in from invoicing before cost, before paying myself, before any of that. So a pretty big growth in 1 year. Hopefully I'm looking to triple it this year. We'll see if that brings on other costs and other needs for the business, as far as hiring, buying a new truck, putting a truck out in the field, outfitting that truck. That'll be interesting to see next year's taxes, what that cost kind of breaks down to, how much that is, how much it costs. When you hire somebody as a business, you have to get workman's comp. So that's an insurance that you're going to accrue once you hire another individual, when it's not just you working for your company. So those are all things to consider. You have to license them. You have to insure them. All of those things come into effect when you're hiring somebody. So it's actually a pretty big cost. I've kind of done a little budgeting around it to kind of get a good idea of what it's going to cost to bring somebody on board and then maintain another technician. So if we get close to 3 times in the business this year, you can expect that we will bring somebody on board and hire another technician. So compensation of officers, last year it was $12,564. That's what I paid myself. I am an S Corp, so that means that the company is separated from me as an individual, which protects me legally. We can get into that in a little bit more detail at another time. So as an S Corp, you have to pay yourself a just income of what you're making. So say you're making 100,000, you have to pay yourself a ballpark figure that is going to roundabout be what you would pay somebody to do all the duties that you are doing. Unfortunately, I'm the CEO, I'm the technician, I'm the office, I'm everything. So I couldn't pay myself enough to pay myself what it would be to pay somebody to do my job, but it needs to be fair. So you can't, pay yourself $10,000 and take $50,000 in distributions. You have to pay yourself on payroll. I use Gusto payroll for my payroll, but you have to pay yourself a fair salary so that the IRS is happy and compliant with what you're doing as a business. So that's one downfall being an S corp. I didn't know that that was the case, or that I would need to be paying for that service when I turned to an S corp. But I did some research and wrongfully decided at the beginning that I needed to be an S corp. So it's just a cost that I accrued a little bit earlier than I probably should have, but which is fine. Now I'm set up as a company to hire somebody. My payroll's already set up. Everything's set up in the company. So when it's time to bring somebody on board, I have payroll already running. I already have everything entered into the system for taxes as a company. So I am paying myself a W-2. I pay taxes on that, and my company also matches the taxes that I pay. So I'm actually paying double taxes when I pay myself. But like I said, this is keeping me in line. So when we do grow, when we do scale, I'm ready for that. I'm not going to be surprised with all the extra costs and starting to run payroll. So I look at it as a blessing in disguise. I'm spending a little bit more money now, but on the long run, it's definitely going to be beneficial for the company as a whole. So last year was $12,564. This year, I paid myself $36,439. Keep in mind that does include my health insurance. I do pay for health insurance each month, and then at the end of the year, I put that onto my W-2, so that is a write-off through the company for me and my wife's health insurance. So that's a difference of $23,000 that I paid myself W-2 from the company. Repairs and maintenance, 2024 I had $50. Repairs and maintenance for 2025 was $0. So a $50 difference there. Taxes and licensing, I spent $1,530 in 2024. So that would be my pest control licensing, business licensing, taxes, any taxes that I had to pay, things like that. So 1,530 in 2024 and 3,607 in 2025. That's a difference of $2,077. Advertising. So in 2024, I spent $1,052 on advertising, and in 2025, I spent $13,625. So that's going to be networking. That's going to be any camera equipment for the videos that I put up. That's going to be any software that I use to edit the videos for advertisement. That's going to be sponsoring local sports teams, putting my branding on shirts. I have several of those. You probably see me working out in them. They're very nice shirts. So any type of advertising, anything to do with advertising and marketing, that's going to fall into that category. And that was a difference of $12,573 between the 2 years. So as you can see, the whole year of 2025, as the invoicing and receipts went up, also the cost of everything goes up. So everything's more expensive. You have to have more of it. All those type of things. So an employee benefit program. So we did 0 in 2024 and we did 7,800 in 2025. That essentially is going to be my SEP IRA. So I put in $7,800 in the SEP IRA this year so that could be a tax benefit to my company. You can write off, I think it's 20 to 25% of what you pay yourself in a W-2 to be able to invest and secure, long-term retirement. So 7,800 was the number that my CPA came up with. That would be the amount that I could put into a SEP. So I did that right before we filed taxes, and that is currently being invested. I have stocks and stuff. I have some figures on what I'm invested in and the portfolio. So maybe we'll go over that in another video. But that's a great thing to be able to do. I'll be looking into other ways this year to be able to maximize my tax savings. Hopefully some things for my daughter, being able to put away money for her, save, maybe get Corinne going, things like that. So total deductions In 2024, it was $47,262 I had in deductions. And in 2025, my total deductions were $126,115. So total deductions, I had a difference of $78,000. That's going to be anything that I bought for the business that could be considered a write-off, whether that's meals with clients, which is a 50% of what it cost write-off, the software I use, the payroll, the products that I use, the materials I use, the upgrades to the vehicle, anything like that, any equipment, anything I use for the business is going to be considered a deduction. And that this year it was $126,115. So a difference of $78,000 in write-offs in 1 year, which is quite a bit. Ordinary business income. So what I made each year after paying myself, after all my deductions, everything like that, 2024 was $2,167, and 2025 was $19,967. So after paying myself the $36,000, after paying for the advertisement, the deductions, employee benefits, everything like that, we made $19,967 this year. That's a difference of $17,800 between the 2 years. A lot more work. So you can see that in the profit line that that paid off. I also had interest this year. So 0 in 2024 on interest income and $500 in interest income 2025. I believe that was with my credit card or my Chase bank account, where they said if I kept a certain amount of money in the bank for a certain amount of time, they would give me $500 or whatever that was. So a difference of $500 there. Non-deductible expenses. Last year was $249. This year was $563, so a difference of $314. Property distribution, $0 in 2024, $4,669 this year. So I'm not quite sure what the property distribution is. That might be my office that I use to run out of my house, writing that off as a company. So I think that is what it is. Let's get down here to some write-offs. I want to tell you guys how much I had written off for mileage. Could you get 71 or 72 cents per mile that you that you drive? You can take that, either that or a deduction on the depreciation of the vehicle. So you can write off the whole cost of the vehicle, but then you can't write off mileage, gas, anything like that after the fact. So it's like a 1 year. You could take the whole write-off of the $100,000 truck. You get that year, but then you can't write off your mileage or anything like that any year after that for that truck in service. So I decided to take the mileage because I drive so many miles that it makes sense for me as a business to take the miles, because I can do that every year and not have to worry about not being able to write off that on the truck. So mile reimbursement, I had $24,513 in deduction on miles. Why that's important? Because that's not a out of pocket expense, so I'm not spending cash on it. It's not actually cash coming out of my account. So say I was to go try to buy a house or get a loan, things like that, the lender is going to look at that as income they can put back in that I made profit on. So it didn't actually come out of my account, so they can add that back into, on top of that 20,000, they add another 24,000, so that's $40,000 that I can show as profit because I didn't actually pay for those. That's just a deduction for the mileage on my truck. which is a huge thing. That's going to help my debt to income. That's going to help my income, my profit margins, what I show when I go to get any kind of lending or anything like that. It got a whole bunch of stuff here. I'll just go through these real quick. Auto and truck expenses, $3,358. Bank charges, $974. Computer and internet, $286. Contract labor, $2,000. Due and subscriptions is $646. Insurance, $5,520. Meals or legal professionals, $565. Meals, $563. We got the mile reimbursement again, $24,519. $450 for office expenses, $3,364. OIH reimbursement, so that's in-home office in-home reimbursement. I got $3,360. Payroll fees, $597. Software, $4,500. Telephone, or no, supplies, $11,000. Telephone, $4,913. Travel, $29. And uniforms, $450. So that's kind of a little breakdown between the 2 years. Also a little bit of what I wrote off, what the costs were for the company. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It gave you a little bit of an insight. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. I'm in my comments all the time. I have the Facebook page, Jordan Pest Control LLC. Find me, reach out to me. I'm also on Instagram. And don't forget, we have the Mini 5 Pro DJI giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. Let's get those subscriber counts up so that we can give that away. I'm looking forward to giving that to one of you guys, and I think it will be a major milestone for the channel and for the company to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark. So again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch me and take the journey with me in business ownership and running a business. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed.
Yeah. Cryptic souls, problem child. System failure imminent. Watch your head. Go crazy. On my hands, yeah, I'm coming off the door frame, screaming in the rain. Go crazy, baby. Yeah, they all know my name. I'ma tear the roof off the whip insane in the brain. Yeah, slick talk, moonwalk on the landmine. Trendy with the Toxic City, I'm just bad by design. I'm a boo boy, cool boy, I never play nice. Heart cold, 9